My name is Heather Mitchell. I'm playing Georgie in Signs of Life. That's the name of it. We haven't started rehearsing yet, so it's all about first responses to a piece of work. And Georgie, the character Georgie in Signs of Life, was drawn very much from a novel of Tim Winton's Dirt Music, which I just reread again the other day. Not in one day, I read it in 2 days. But it was wonderful to revisit it because so much of, not that it stands alone, Signs of Life as a piece completely on its own, but the echoes from Dirt Music, because it is sort of like a number of years on from where Dirt Music leaves off, where I think the character of Georgie, anyway, was in her 30s, I think, and she's now in her mid-50s. And not that I am, so much younger. But so she's a more mature woman now. And her circumstances have changed dramatically, and she's finds herself alone. And then this man arrives.
And I'm Aaron Pedersen. I play Bender, the man who arrives. Look, I was drawn to the piece because, for me, it seemed like a really beautiful conversation between two people. Beautiful conversation between an Indigenous man and an Australian woman, and their connection as strangers takes a journey. And for me, I was drawn to it because they seem to need each other for the conversation. And what I really love about it is I love the ending where there really isn't an ending. It's kind of more about, well, we're here. It seems like we've kind of moved in. And it's that thing that Georgie allows, without probably even knowing it, that she lets Bender and Mona back on the land where their father was. And we find it by default, but I think it's more about being drawn to that place and a car breaking down just out on the highway past the gate. So there's some beauty in it. And I think it's just their time and their place where they actually they kind of need each other without realising. And I love the beauty of it because it's very simple, and there's a connection between them from the very start. It was the intellectual connection, and that allows us to branch off into so many other areas. There's cultural, there's comedy, there's the humour is very funny. There's sarcasm, and there's a lot of ribbing. I mean, for people to spend a couple of days together and then feel like it's okay to rib somebody. I think they're like-minded spirits. That's what I think. Searching for a decent conversation. Because I don't think he gets anything from his sister, mate. But I'm grateful that Heather's doing it. So we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And we think with all of that thing with the conversation, but also the need through Tim's work, I think through all of the work I've read of Tim's anyway, the connection, it sounds a bit cliche, but the connection with the land. And it's and in the language of the play, it is all the imagery and internal imagery of the characters. Each character carries the land within them, and it comes out very much in the dialogue and in the conversation, their affinity and their need for... And the play is set during a very long drought. So it is very arid. Maybe, I don't know, we haven't really got into this yet, but maybe both people have a very arid place within each of them as well, which needs to find its own nurturing and watering.
Replenish the soul.
Replenishment and exactly.